Welcome back to Officer Oil. My name's Scott McAdoo. I'm a police first responder, and I love to say that when I'm not fighting crime, I am fighting friction. So back doing an oil change on the 2020 KTM 300 XC-W TPI. I have, here we go. All right, so we have 1,590 miles, and come on, where'd it go? There we go, 110.8 hours. So call it 111 hours. My last oil change was at 91 hours. Okay, so I wanted to try to get this as close as I could because I wanted to do something different today. I'm going to be changing the oil, but this time I'm going to be pulling an oil sample on the oil. So I have personally been running and testing both oils. I've got two of them here. So for a while I was running the Amsoil Dirt Bike Synthetic 10W50. Loved it, great oil. But I said, you know what, let me try something a little different and follow Amsoil's recommendation on the Lookup guide and go with the Amsoil Synthetic Dirt Bike Transmission Fluid. Okay, little different, but I ran the dirt bike 1050 for 21 hours, did an oil sample. I'm going to show that in the next video, show you those results and how it looked from the lab. And I wanted to get as close as I could to about 21 hours with this oil that's in it. We're going to do an apples to apples comparison to see what it looks like on paper and through the lab. So I'm really excited about that today. So to do this, get the bike all nice and warm. I've already done that. Transmission's warm. I'm spinning around in circles. Just get it nice and warm, nice and hot. I want to make sure you got a clean surface area. And I'm going to go in here and clean that in a second. But first, I just want to show you our Lookup guide, a great tool to see exactly what you need for your machines. Okay, so to see exactly what you need for your machine, very simple. Just pull up a web browser right up here at the top, type in officeroil.com, takes you right to my web page. Right up at the top here, I have all of our Lookup guides. Okay, so auto light truck, ATV, UTV, outboard, personal watercraft, heavy duty, but today we're going with motorcycle. So you just click on that, plug in your year. In this case, we're working on the 2020 KTM. Here we go. Oh, not Kawasaki. KTM, I should have taken my gloves off. KTM 300 XC-W Fine Products. Okay, so here we list everything you need. So your lubricants, your filters, if it had it, seasonal storage, fuel treatment, chain lubes, protectants. So right here starts out with your transmission, or excuse me, your engine. List both the synthetic Dominator 2-stroke racing oil as well as the Interceptor. I personally run the Interceptor. That's what I love. Comment below. Tell me what you think is the best and if you have tried the Dominator in your machine. And then here, transmission. So Amsoil lists the synthetic dirt bike transmission fluid. I've run the dirt bike 1050 as well, but this is also a great recommendation. I've run both, but we're going to send it off to the lab. We're going to do our sample and see what they look like after 21 hours of abuse. So down here, just keep on going. All your hydraulic, your clutch fluid, your brake fluids, okay, your .3, .4, your .4, your racing, all your coolants, your capacities, your fork fluids, shock fluids, and then you get into your seasonal storage. Foggers, quick shot, love that. The water resistant grease, the chain lubes, the degreasers, the mudslingers, you name it, we have it. Easy, click, add to your shopping cart. It'll be on your doorstep in a very short time. All right, back here with the bike. I got to get my surface areas cleaned up. just so we don't contaminate our sample. Always use the Amsoil brake and parts cleaner. It's chlorinated formula. It's non-flammable. Get a great stream. It's even a bigger can here. It's a 19-ounce can versus the smaller. I think most of them are 14-ounce cans. So you do get more cleaner in the can. But I want to get my surface area cleaned up here. So I want to get in here real good, right where the drain plug is, right in there, and then right there at my oil filler cap, right there. Make sure that's all nice and clean. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hit it with a brush because I don't want anything to fall down into my sample. There we go. Give that a good wipe. And down there. And right down here, same thing. There we go. Wipe. Give that a nice wipe. Get that nice and clean there. Alright, so I'm going to be taking off my drain bolt right here. You can see that. Got a nasty glare I'm fighting. Let's get that off. Alright, get my oil sample kit from Oil Analyzers. So sealed up. This is what it looks like here. This is what I need. It's a prepaid postage label. Drop ship, stick it right in the mail. UPS, really easy. Goes right to any UPS drop box, throw it to the driver. We'll get our sample, and then all we got to do is fill this guy out. Simple one-pager. It's going to give us a great report. So let's get that on the side here. Let's get our 13 mil. This thing cracked off. Oh, before I do that, I created out of an old laundry detergent container, I made myself a little trough to help kind of guide it out. So let me shove this guy in there. Try not to get too much dirt on it. All right, so got it jammed up in there. Got a nice little trough. Get my drain pan underneath. Crack this guy off. There we go. Now, when I do this, I'm going to let just a little bit come out, so I try to get right in the middle of the sump. This way I'm not getting and what's in the middle is actually what's being used in the transmission. Yes, what's on the bottom is in there, but it's kind of a little more out of place, so I don't want to pull right from the bottom. I've talked to tech about this. Best thing to do, pull it from the middle of the sump, especially if you're sucking out of the dipstick tube, and it gives a more accurate reading on what's going on with the oil. So I'm going to let just a little bit out, but again, you don't need much. There we go, got some flowing, and there. Now I'm going to catch. Okay. There we go. Got my sample. Got a little spillage. Let's get that off to the side. I'm going to wipe that down, get my drain plug out of the way. So here is the drain plug, the magnetic drain plug, just to show you what that looks like. All right. So here it is draining out. Okay. There's a little bit of clutch debris on there. Perfectly normal. And then 21 hours of tough woods, hard enduro riding on the Amsoil dirt bike transmission fluid. So we're just gonna let this thing keep on dripping. I'm gonna lean the bike over, tip it over, try to speed it all up. But again, we got some clutch debris, but I'm not seeing anything, any metal shavings or chunks or anything like that in there. All right. It's perfectly normal. Let's get this thing leaned over a little bit. Let gravity do its thing. Try to get as much of that old fluid out as we can. Let's get our cap on our sample here, so we don't have any dust or dirt or anything go in there. Get that nice and tight. All right, got that good. We'll let this keep dripping here. Let this keep dripping here and get it all out, and we'll get it all prepped up. And while we wait, just gonna clean up the magnetic drain plug, give that a wipe. Get rid of our crush washer. I'm gonna be putting a new one on. Hit it with some parts cleaner. Get this nice and clean. Set that on the side, and we're still dripping. All right, this has been dripping for a while. I'm still getting just a slight drip, but I'm ready to move on. So got myself a new crush washer here. Let's stick this on. All right, snug that up. And torque spec is 20 Newton meters. Already have that set. There we go. Doesn't take much. 20 Newton meters. Pull off my little homemade channel that I made. And let's get around to the other side and pull off our level check. Okay, so over here you've got your oil level check bolt. It even says oil in there. You can kind of see that in there, right there. So we're gonna be taking that guy off, and we'll just fill it up. It's 0.85 quarts. As soon as the oil starts coming out is when we know that we are full. All right, let's get this off. Okay, got that off there. And I'm torn to which one to use. And the dirt bike 1050 or the dirt bike 80 weight synthetic transmission fluid. I think it's a coin flip, but I'm really so excited to see what these results look like. So I'm gonna have to wait for that. And but I'm gonna stick with this. Again, I personally couldn't tell the difference. They both work great. I mean, how do you make great better? How do you make outstanding better? Both perform beautifully, giving me that constant clutch feel, no slippage, anything, just everything, you know, bike's running like brand new. So with both. So I'm gonna stick with this and wait to see what the results say. But let's get this poured in. Nice and easy, 0.85 quarts. But before I do that, I want to have my new crush washer ready. All right, new crush washer's on, ready to install the brand new liquid gold Amsoil dirt bike transmission fluid. And here we go. Try not to waste too much. I shoved a little paper towel in there to catch a little bit of it. Still got a ways to go. Oh yeah, I can hear the bike. Every time I do this, anything I put it in goes, ah. Waiting for it to come right out of here. Give you a little better view. Still nothing yet. Still pouring, still pouring. Gotta be getting close. Let that settle in there a little bit. And I got the bike as level as you can, as I could. Here it comes. And we're dripping. So let's get this in. Now we know we're full. Put that in there. All right, get that snugged up. And torque spec is 10 Newton meters. There we go. All right, so that's on. That's been dripping. Let me get my cap on. Okay, so I've already cleaned off this with the brake and parts cleaner, the fill cap, and I'm gonna just get a little oil on this gasket here, wet that up. Get that a little nice and damp there. Screw that back in. And snug that up. Pull that away. Okay, so that's it. I got fresh oil in there. I went with the dirt bike transmission fluid. Again, it was kind of a toss-up. We're gonna have to wait to see. I got another video coming with the results, and I will compare the results that I did at 21 hours with the dirt bike 1050 to the new here, the dirt bike synthetic transmission fluid. So just about a complete, as close as we could, 21 hours each. And we're gonna wait to see what happens. I got my sample here, gonna send it off to oil analyzers, heads off to the independent third-party lab that we work with out in Indiana and Indianapolis. So we don't test our own oil, and we don't want you to think we're fluffing the numbers, anything like that. These guys test everyone's oil. So we're gonna send it off, fill out the paperwork here, and then again, I used my brake and parts cleaner to clean up my surface area. But excited, heading for a ride tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I got fresh fluid, ready to go beat it up. So if you want to get some dirt bike transmission fluid, some brake cleaner, get an oil analysis kit, or even go with the dirt bike 1050, and you're like me turning wrenches in the backyard, highly recommend joining our Amsoil preferred customer program. It'll save you 25%. Give you free shipping right to your doorstep, anything over $100. Click on the link below. It'll say Amsoil for DIY, preferred customer program. Click on that. If you have a fleet, a repair shop, a parts store, commercial municipal fleet, we have an even more advantageous program where we can get you a little better price on your Amsoil and some other better perks as well. So there are some perks by being a business owner or affiliated with the fleet. Again, all those links are below as well. But please comment on the page, please like, please share, please subscribe. Looking to build this. My son, Officer Oil, Junior Officer Oil, usually helps out Garrett. He's down at the pool, but I can't blame him because he's 6 years old and it's a nice day, so I can't blame him at all. But please let me know, comment below. Let me know if you'd like what other content I can show you. Looking to build the page, having a lot of fun with this and just sharing the Amsoil success that I've had since 2008. nothing else goes in my bike, and just, again, just absolutely drank the Kool-Aid. And I love sharing this with everybody because everything works, and I've saved so much time and money. As I get older, I realize how valuable my time is, and that's what Amsoil does. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time for the results of these two head-to-head in the lab. Can't wait to show it to you. Thanks a lot. See you later.